Ms. Ho Peng, Director General of Education, Mr. Wong Siu Hung, Deputy Director General of Education Curriculum, Madam Loka Gates, Deputy Director General of Education Schools, Director of Schools, Mr. Lim Lai Chuan, Chairman of the Singapore School Sports Council, Mrs. Lee Hui Feng, Chairman of the Singapore Primary School Sports Council, Principals, Vice Principals, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good afternoon. I'm pleased to join you today, my first at the National School Games opening ceremony. It is also the first time that we are having a combined National School Games opening ceremony, where both the Singapore Schools Sports Council and the Singapore Primary School Sports Council are coming together to mark the beginning of the school sports season. Last year, MOE hosted the third ASEAN School Games, where our students put up a very strong showing to achieve the best results since the inception of the Games. I was at the opening ceremony. It was very exciting and lovely to see the energy of our young people. Despite having to host a regional event, our schools and our School Sports Council successfully organized the National School Games for over 53,000 student athletes. A very busy year for everyone indeed. I commend the commitment of the two Sports Council, our school principals, heads of departments, teachers, students, and HQ colleagues for creating a vibrant sports scene for all our students. Today in this hall, I'm very pleased to see student representatives and teachers from primary and secondary schools, junior colleges, and centralized institutions. Your presence in this ceremony goes beyond the symbolic representation of your school or sport. It signifies our collective commitment towards school sports and the many developmental opportunities that our schools provide. Going forward, our direction is clear, providing a student-centric, values-driven education. Now, to succeed, we need to align all our activities and programs in this direction. Sports is an excellent way for our students to develop holistically and to learn and express values. The National School Games organized by the two school sports councils have been a mainstay of school sports competitions since its inception in 1959. With schools getting more resources and students receiving more structured training by qualified professionals, the standards of competition have risen substantially in the last 5 decades. Understandably, some parents are wondering if our games have become too competitive. Now, I believe there is value in having sports competitions. Let me share the following quotes from Herbert James Elliott, a former Australian athlete and one of the world's greatest middle distance runners. I quote, "It is the inspiration of the Olympic Games that drives people not only to compete, but to improve, and to bring lasting spiritual and moral benefits to the athletes," unquote. In this quote, Elliott reminds us that the focus of competitions is never about the absolute results. Indeed, the Olympic motto is higher, faster, stronger. Striving for sporting excellence is a way of challenging oneself to be the best that he or she can be. It is a way of developing key values and character traits such as determination, perseverance, teamwork, and respect for others. We position sports competition at the National School Games with this clear purpose in mind. The Games provide students with the opportunities to compete and to hone their skills. We encourage excellence, but the final results are not the be-all and end-all. Regardless of the outcomes, there are many life lessons to be learned and distilled through the course of training and competition. Student athletes must learn to celebrate the achievements of others while learning from their own journey of preparing for the Games. They must acquire the resilience and develop the never-say-die attitude, for excellence is a continuous journey. We want our students to acquire 21st century competencies, and one way is through CCA. In our 21st century competencies framework, The values of respect, resilience, responsibility, integrity, care, and harmony form the core. In the context of sports, these values translate into teamwork and sportsmanship. Last year, both schools' sports council piloted various forms of sportsmanship awards, which were very well received. I understand some 240 awards were given out. We will provide more opportunities to recognize students for their acts of sportsmanship, to reinforce our focus on character development, which is just as important, if not more important, than the outcomes of competitions. Over the weekend, many of you would have caught the news that 22-year-old Lim Hian Wei became the first gymnast from Singapore to qualify for the Olympic Games. For her sheer grit and determination, Hian Wei has done Singapore proud by being one of only 2 Southeast Asian female gymnasts to qualify in the recent test event held in London. Like many of our students, Hian Wei was first introduced to sports when she was in primary school. In fact, it was in primary 1 when she was admitted to gymnastics at the Singapore Chinese Girls' School. By earning her entry to the next Olympic Games, Hian Wei has not only created history in the local sports scene, she has also shown us what sports can offer. The years of hardship in training, coupled with great discipline and determination, have literally redefined the boundaries for Hian Wei. Training up to 6 days a week has given Hian Wei good opportunities to excel and to prove her mental strength and character. I understand that Hian Wei is now pursuing her studies at the National University of Singapore, and I wish her every success in her studies and in the Olympic Games. With the active involvement of school leaders, teachers in charge, and coaches, we can help students like Hian Wei develop relevant 21st century competencies by explicitly teaching values through sports and making the best use of teachable moments. When these values are lived out during the stressful moments on the playing fields, these lessons will stay with our students for life. To better deliver holistic education through physical and sports educations, the Physical Education and Sports Teachers Academy, or PESTA, will provide better support for the professional development of our PE and sports teachers. MOE will also be mounting courses, compulsory courses, for all our sports coaches in schools, as they too play an important role in our students' holistic development. We want our coaches and instructors who spend a large amount of time with our students to be our key partners in this effort of developing student-centric, values-driven education. I'm pleased to note that at the pilot workshop conducted at the end of last year, participants strongly supported our philosophy to anchor sports education on values inculcation and character development. By 2015, all coaches within our school systems will have to be trained in these important aspects of coaching. Participation in sports also helps our students to adopt a healthy and active lifestyle. MOE will be looking into the development of a core sports syllabus within the physical education curriculum. This new syllabus will have a progressive skills acquisition program for selected sports across academic levels. Our aim is to equip all students with the requisite skills to play and enjoy a number of sports. By encouraging our young to lead an active and healthy lifestyle early, we hope that they will continue to do so even after they leave school. To better support schools in the delivery of educational programs, we have recently reorganized our professional wing at our headquarters. Specific to physical and sports education, the Physical and Sports Education branch under the new Student Development Curriculum Division will oversee all matters relating to PE and sports in schools. The branch will focus on supporting schools to provide all students with access to quality physical and sports education. The branch will also align the various programs such as the Physical and Health Education Program, Outdoor Education, Sports CCA, Recreational Sports Competitions, Junior and Youth Sports Academies, and the National School Games. MOE will also work with various partners and stakeholders to bring about mass participation in sports, while providing appropriate resources for those with exceptional talents to be further developed. We will build on the support from other agencies and corporate entities. In order to realize our vision for all our students to embrace sports and healthy living, we need to provide a safe and conducive environment for sports participation. MOE will be implementing a set of baseline safety standards for the National School Games. The standards, which were piloted last year, will serve as a point of reference for all organizers to ensure that the competitions are conducted in a safe and efficient manner. Just a moment ago, we launched the Sports Safety and Injury Prevention Manual for teachers. I believe the manual will serve as an important resource to schools, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the parties involved who have contributed to the completion of this project. In conclusion, let me say that I'm very pleased to be here to witness another chapter in the development of school sports. I want to thank the principals, teachers in charge, MOE officers, coaches and officials for making the National School Games possible. To all our student athletes, I wish all of you a very safe and rewarding NSG. Finally, I wish you a healthy and joyful Lunar New Year of the Dragon. Thank you.